Well, welcome back, guys. We're back on the old duster, smuster. I don't know what we're gonna have freaking call it. I ain't read comments yet. Of course, this video ain't out yet. This is the next day. We got the engine running yesterday. We're just kind of hauling ass in this thing because we got to get this thing mobile on its own power. Figure out what's going on with the wiring and everything else. So Dad is let me get you a better impact, something with power. So Dad's delving into the steering column pretty hardcore. He's trying to figure out what the heck happened underneath there. Yeah, the wire that burned up was a ground wire. While Dad's doing that, I am going to be delving into this engine to figure out why it's only firing on like 4 cylinders. Ow. So we're gonna get these valve covers off, see what the heck's going on down there. So well, probably ought to check the spark plugs. That'd probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? And we need to see what kind of heads are on this thing, see if they are just typical junk 360 stuff or if they're any good. So well, let's get at her. All right, what's hiding underneath valve cover number 1? Oh God, being stuck on, that's what's hiding. Oh, and tore the gasket. Well, there's a baffle in that valve cover. Too bad it's not where it needs to be. That does suck. And we'll glue that back together. Alrighty, as it turns out, I believe that's a spring with an inner spring. I need to get in here on my phone and actually look at it, but there is adjustable rockers here. Some fairly good sized push rods. We got anything in here that looks like performance? Anything good? Or do we just have junk truck heads? Not a clue. Not a freaking clue. What do we got for springs? Yeah, going. That's a spring with an inner spring. Holy shit. Alrighty, so I got the other valve cover off. We're not gonna be able to glue those gaskets back together. I was kidding, for anybody thought I was serious. So there's our valve springs. You guys can get a better look at them than I can. Got some damn good parts on the top end, but there's only one rocker over here that's kind of got a little bit of looseness, and it's this guy. No, where'd it go? Yeah. Number 8 exhaust rocker. I mean, none of the adjusters are crazily different than the others. So I don't know what's going on here. So now we're gonna pull them spark plugs, just check what they look like. Of course, this side's got 2 cylinders that are dead, and so does the other side. So we'll probably, kind of, we start to wonder about companion cylinders and stuff like that. But we'll do this side, because this side you can get to all 8 of them real easy. But fun fact, these are in fact original factory chrome 340 valve covers, or direct connection ones. I'm gonna soak these things and clean them up, and hopefully make them look nice. Maybe they're not 340. I don't know. I've seen a set like this before somewhere. Maybe they're 360 truck or like Little Red Express or something. I'm not sure. Not much of a small block guy, but get those things cleaned up. Maybe they'll shine. If not, well, I got some Wyand small block aluminum ones that, no, they're not, they will not be disgraced by this turd bucket. But this turd bucket will be better one way or another. So we'll keep trucking along. All right, let's see what this engine's telling us as far as health. Oil, not as bad as Chris's, but still pretty bad. All right, we're gonna run through all these. If I find a plug that's ugly, I'll show you. But we're gonna do some compression testing. I'll be back. Okay. We're holding pressure ish. What is that, 150? Okay, whenever you're ready. Okay, that was 140. Ready? Right at 150. All the valves are moving the same amount. I was watching them. Okay, hit me. Okay. 140. This side is all fairly close. We got a 160, a 140, a 150, a 140, so. Yep. That's funky. Number one spark plug is, let's get the sunlight. Very black, but not wet. The threads are wet, but the actual spark plug itself, just a lot of carbon. Right at 140. $140 on number 3. But it looks like our bill of health on our little turd bucket here. 160, or it's 140, 160, 140, 140, unknown, 150, unknown, 140. Pretty good. All the valves are moving. It's got compression, really good compression at that. I mean, she should be running damn good on all 8. So we'll get some spark plugs. That might solve a lot. All right, well, we're back. I didn't have any strawberry or chocolate flavored spark plug. Sorry, Dad. So we got vanilla, which is good with me because I like vanilla. So we're gonna rip out, I can't remember what brand those were, but they're definitely not a brand I like. I got my NGKs here. Gotta double check what gap should be with this MSD crap and make sure they're all right. Throw them in. Hopefully that fixes a lot of issues. That's about the only thing I can think of. You know, we got good compression on at least 6 of the cylinders and they're all pretty much the same. All the valves are moving. I don't know what could be causing it not to be firing on them 4, so keep trucking. You guys want to know something that's good about being a hoarder? And our stash of gaskets. Sweet. God, it's good to be a hoarder sometimes. All right, well, Dad found the issue with the ignition. And I'm waiting for Rob to answer the phone. Yep. It's all broken in there. Yep. That explains it. You probably just heard the big old jigs. Right. But, yep. What were you singing about, Dad?
Hokey pokey. And I ain't got another fusible link to put in the system.
What the hell are you about to do this poor car?
Well,
you know, I said I was going to take all these studs out. Those ones don't want to come out, so I guess I'm putting them back on this other side. And I will get fresh T-bolts, which I was going to remove out of this car. I had this realization earlier on the phone with Rob, or Brian, or Billy, one of the many people I've talked to today, that I'm becoming old and gay. I am demodifying cars. Like, this car sits too high in the back for me, so I want to lower it back to stock height. And then I'm putting MSD ignition because I'm starting to like the stuff. God, Dad, if I ever want to put an Edelbrock carburetor on something, please just shoot me.
I don't want to shoot you.
Just shoot me, please. I don't know what's happening. You know, they told me cancer was going to change me. I don't want it to change me like this. Man, I'm going to start wearing pink and wearing high heels, growing my hair out. I'm already kind of growing my hair out, but that's not my choice.
Probably gonna start wearing pantsuits.
Pantsuits? I don't know what's worse, the fact that you know what that is or the fact you brought it up.
I came out of the 70s.
That don't matter. That don't matter.
That's what women used to wear. Try to look like a man.
Let me ask you, did you ever wear skin tight leather pants like Michael Schreck? And I really don't want the answer.
I
So
wasn't built like Michael Schreck. We ain't built like that.
we can still wear them.
I wore bell bottoms.
We're big, bold, and beautiful men. What the f are you doing?
I'm building me a maintaining the fusible link in the system.
I'm glad you guys cannot see
I
that.
just cut the burnt part out of it.
Alrighty, so there's that valve cover. Remember how nasty it was? And this was, honestly, I think this was the better of the two. Which is how you always want to remember. This was the better looking one. This is what it looks like after being soaked in gasoline and with 4/0 steel wool. Something I've always done with chrome valve covers. You can remove a lot of the rust staining, but if it starts to pit like it did here, there's just no getting that out. They look a hell of a lot better, and they're clean now. They got a nice shine to them. Just wanted to show you a little bit of elbow grease will do as far as chrome. You can do that on paint too. If you got paint that's got rust stains in it, that's what I did on the old Dart. So yeah, that cleans them up. Oh, time to take that one, throw it in the bucket, soak it, get it cleaned up. All right, so the valve covers are all cleaned up, and well, there's really no saving them. Just a little too far gone, but still look damn good. In fact, where is it on that guy? Right there. There's a Pentastar right there. You probably can't see it. Oh, there it is. Yep. So I don't know if these are direct connection or what these are. I think they're, not sure, but regardless, they're freaking cool. So we'll get the gaskets the rest of the way cleaned off on the bottom. There's no gasket left on the head as far as I remember, but we're gonna try and get this bad girl cranking by the key. There was one spring that didn't get put back in the column. Dad lost it. I'm not gonna blame Dad. I'm gonna say that spring just vomited and ran away. So Dad's trucking along. He used my other steering wheel I had, so still got this one. This was all cracked up, and that was a much nicer wheel.
Not much.
Well, it isn't as cracked. I mean, this thing's about to come apart. Don't be judging me on my hoarding. Look at that daggone nice steering wheel. Did you put it on straight?
Yeah, well, it's got a blind spline, so you can't mess up.
Oh, that's good. And for anybody curious, there are all 8 spark plugs, not in order, but there they are. Alrighty, well, valve covers are back on. Got the T-bolts off, just put nuts and washers on them. Spark plugs are in it, wires are in it. New gaskets, which I found in my hoard. Thank God for being a hoarder. And we're just making sure all the wiring is safe before we try and start it again. Of course, a lot of rewiring we're gonna just, you know, touch up on, make things look a little nicer. Just because we're kind of sticklers for clean wiring and everything. I'm not saying there's anything like really wrong with this. I mean, a little loom would do a hell of a lot of justice over there, but we'll get her looking nice.
Ready?
We're warming it up right now, so. Sounds, huh? Oil pressure, yeah.
I think your gas gauge works.
Yeah. It's only got 5 gallons in it, so. It sounds a little better, but I can't tell from in here. Headlights, show them it works. 1500 according to the tag. This thing's running pig rich. I mean, it's burning my eyes a little bit. Sounds like we're definitely going to need an alternator.
Well, but he's got a voltage regulator.
Oh, no voltage regulator? I got another one. I bought two.
The plug-in's real good.
Huh?
That plug-in's just hanging there.
Yeah. Do you want to plug in the new Oh, no voltage regulator at all. Oh yeah, I see that. There is no regulator. I gotta rev the piss out of it some more. Sucker, that's for sure. Running a lot better, more and more it runs. Spark plugs definitely helped. I think we're hitting on all 8 at least, or at least 7. But I ain't hearing no great big cam or nothing, so. But she is peppy. Nice. Yeah. Well, that's it for now. Well, that's it for now. And we're back. New day. You know, the weather's getting a little nicer, so that means it'll shitstorm here pretty soon. Dad's been hard at work.
Not really hard.
Well, he's been working. He's doing his fine wiring job. Placed the ends.
Good clamps on there, soldered on.
Looming everything up, shortening wires, making things look a lot better. And I went into my hoard again, found a brand new Mopar voltage regulator, not one of the little cheesy ones you get at the parts store. These are the good ones. I buy these things every chance they come back in stock. I buy every single one. These are way better made than those cheap parts stores ones. And we found out, Dad, keen eye, found out where it goes factory. It's right next to the brake master cylinder, so I'm gonna build me a couple little spacers just so it sits a little bit off the firewall and gets a little airflow to it. But we got everything to mount it. I'm gonna work on that. Maybe that alternator start working, but if it doesn't, we got one coming. That's kind of the plan. We just want to get this thing where it's solid, safe, and you know, just works. So we'll keep you up to date. Yeah, the car's sitting up on doing a wheelie. Oh, that worked. Dad just made himself a little push button, but daggone it, Dad, you got in the way. Gotta show everybody all your nice wiring you're working on. They look a lot nicer. Got my spacer plates made. I gotta get all that bolted in, but
It don't work at all.
oh, it just worked. Yeah, watch that fan. But Dad just drained the oil out of it. I got a filter, so we're gonna get that Fram PH 8A off there and replace it with a Carburetor Boss, but that's only because that's what the local parts store's got. I ain't got no problem with Fram. When you got a Fram like that one, those are good ones. Obviously, you don't want to buy the cheap ones. You buy any cheap filter, you get a cheap filter. So we got good parts guys here in town. They take care of us, so we got a damn good filter. This is what Jezebel's running. I like these Purelators. They work good. And they're metallic. Look at that. Pretty. I mean, I kind of wish these were bigger. I like big, tall filters, hold a lot of oil, but that'll work good. So get this oil changed because it's awful. It's dark black. It was low. We'll fill this thing up with some good Rotella. Got zinc in it. Clean the engine and everything else. So, alrighty. So, had the engine running with Dad's all new wiring, which works fantastic, including his show him that. Since the steering column switch is kind of messed up for now until we get a new one. Actually, just use that little button right there. And yeah, you can put it in the car, but I don't want to push button in the car anywhere, so.
I didn't want to drill no holes in the firewall.
Yeah, that too. So there's our voltage regulator mounted with little spacer plates. Don't know if that's working, didn't test it, but after the engine was running for a long time, there's our compression test results, which was 140 in order, 1 through 8. 140, 160, 140, 140, don't know, 150, don't know, 140. 5 and 7 I'm not testing because, well, they're a bitch to check. We do have 2 header tubes that are almost completely smashed through underneath, so we're gonna have to buy headers for this thing probably, or fix those. Then our temperature after this engine ran through order, it's 144, 480, 570, 205, 566, 218, 400, 530, all over the place.
So 1, 4, and 6 still cold.
Well, we gained, I think, 7, because 7 was cold the other day. And I pulled number 2 spark plug, and it was pretty bad. I mean, this thing's pig rich. I still got to change the jets in the carburetor. I think it's running too rich. That might be coming from California to Kansas. But Billy, I think it's a fuel problem. My buddy Billy says clean everything in the distributor, which he's got a point. Everything in that distributor was like at the bottom of the Titanic. It was disgusting. MSD needs to work on that with the distributor so it stuff doesn't corrode like that bad. So that's all cleaned up. We're gonna see if this thing runs any better now that the distributor's clean. It ought to make really good spark now and get it where it's supposed to be. And this will eliminate whether or not it's an electrical or fuel issue. So put the key in it, fire it up, see how it runs. All right, here comes the power. Power on. Oh, I ain't gonna run with a shit with a carb cap on it. Give it a little shot. It does sound better back here, way better. Not really. I get back here, it sounds like hammered butthole still. But we're gonna let it run. We'll check temperatures, see if it's any better. Alrighty, so did some carb adjustments too. Leaned out the carburetor on the idle mixtures, and it's not as bad back here. It doesn't just make your eyes want to fall out, but it is still missing a little bit. It's getting worse. Alrighty, well, Michael's over, can't see him, but pulled the idle mixture screws out, replaced some gaskets, and I leaned it as much as possible. There's only 1 turn out, and we're keeping what sounds like at least all 8. And it's much better back here. I mean, literally, my eyes, they're fine. But we sprayed the entire intake down the carburetor. In fact, it looks nice now almost. Trying to find a vacuum leak. Some reason why the cylinders are so messed up, because they're still got the wild temperature changes. And if you rev the piss out of the engine like it owes you money, the temperatures all come up in temperature, and then certain ones go down and the other ones stay right where they are.
Down to 150.
Yeah.
150, then you're all back up to 500.
Yeah. And the valves are literally, they're all moving the same amount. We watched them. I mean, it's not making any noise anymore. Oh, is it? Yeah, it needs a new seal. But the rockers are doing their job. They're rocking. But she's freaking happy. I mean, you wrap her. Like, I'll go back there, Dad. You rev the piss up like it owes you money. It's fun to make this thing freaking spin up. It's just all over the fucking place.
I wouldn't touch that one.
No. I got no idea. Maybe it just needs spark plugs again. They were pretty black after running it that little bit last night. But how do I look?
You look like a gorilla.
Yeah, I think this seat really isn't made for anybody my size.
You're a B-body kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Not bad. I mean, it beats, you know, putting your hand all the way down here.
yeah, you ain't got to jack around with a bunch of crap, yeah.
Power steering's kind of nice. I feel kind of gay. It sounds like a 6-cylinder.
Are you feeling like you're getting gayer all the time? Look, backup lights work. Your backup lights work.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like the engine kind of sounds like it's at 1500 right now, but I mean, that was straight to 6. But that's like 4,500. I mean, for this engine having like a bone stock cam, it's not bad. Horn doesn't work though, so we got to take it back. I mean,
But your backup lights work.
that is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Probably the only vehicle we got. Backup lights work.
Well, Jezebel's just a harness away from working. And I mean, you know, the dome light works. We got a funky cool magnet that telescopes. I mean, that's a pretty strong magnet. That'll probably pull this roof in. There you go. Alrighty. Well, that's it for now.
Bye-bye.
No, not bye-bye. It's just, you know, no, it's not, yeah, really? What the hell are you doing?